Alrighty, so what we have right now is we've got Bitcoin waiting. It's waiting. It's busy watching. It's just, we've got a big day today. We've got a huge day today. Is it 25 basis points? Is it zero? Are we about to go to the moon? It's crazy. Will there be a odd 50? I don't know. It's crazy. But what you can see is the market is waiting very patiently and it's not dipping off. Now, I'm going to speak about the way we're trading today and what we're looking at, where price can go and what are the major signals. Now, yesterday we had a good day. And why we had a good day was, yes, we had a good call, right? And there's many times I've been calling many tokens, but we had the XRP call, we had the ALGO call, and we had the Cardano call. And ultimately, these coins popped off. They did really well. But what I was seeing beyond that wasn't just which exact token was going to move. It was about we're getting to a point in dominance where the popcorn effect is coming back, where you're basically going to have these altcoins doing ridiculous moves one by one at different times. Now, what I'm doing in this show, which is massive, is I'm looking at things slightly different. We are focusing on the USDT price of Bitcoin. We're focusing on the wedge to see, okay, are we going to have a slight dip off, which I maybe think would happen before the meeting, maybe a slight dip off. But ultimately, you can see that crypto hasn't looked this strong in a very long time. It is holding so much ground right now, and it's looking ready to pop. Now, guys, we have different scenarios that can play out later. If it goes the best scenario, I think we are so beyond what we even think and how quick this market can actually move. But I want to show you the trick. I spoke about the dominance turning and the altcoins. And I'm going to show you that many of these charts, how I managed to get a bit of an understanding of where XRP was ready to pop yesterday, and Cardano and ALGO, and I called many more, and I'm going to be speaking about more altcoins within this show, was to the Bitcoin pairing. So what we are starting to see is because we're getting to an area of where the dominance can reject at any point, you're starting to get altcoins that are popping to the Bitcoin pairing. And before it pops to the USDT pairing, you're getting the early signal. So I'm going to show you the best altcoins right now that are looking to pop against Bitcoin. And what that basically means is while we have a rampaging Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin breaks 28K and it goes to 30,000, if you have an altcoin that is stronger than Bitcoin on that push, you are so early, you're catching one of the huge pushes of that altcoin early, and you're going to have this popcorn effect where it comes at different single times. The show's about to be incredible. I'm excited. I'm so happy to see how the bulls are holding the strength. But now it's time to make money with these altcoins. It's time to pick the right ones and to absolutely kill it in this run right now. I want you all to become mega rich and to have a lot of fun. So no more wasting time. Let's get into the show and let's hit it.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? How we doing? In the comments there, say I'm ready. I'm ready. If this market moves and it gives us exactly what we want, I'm ready. In either way this market goes, we are gonna absolutely kill it. We still have Bitcoin at $28,000, holding strong. It kind of feels like they're sitting there and waiting. Do we go to the moon? What do we do? Like the dip-offs are getting bought up every single time. Buy up, buy up, buy up, buy up, quite crazy. Now, what we're waiting for is we degens, right? We're sitting there waiting. We're like, okay, Bitcoin, it's been fun. It's been real. But altcoins, hello. When are we setting the altcoins to the moon? And that's what I was saying, guys. I'm about to show you something incredible. I'm actually going to show you the power of not getting out of the market. I think that's such a huge topic to speak about. So I'm going to be teaching later on in the show the power of not exiting, and why it's so important as well to be shifting Bitcoin, altcoins, and all these sort of things. So it's about to be huge. Remember to smash the subscribe button and smash the like button. Like the content. I'm going to do not a different type of show today, but I'm going to do an incredible show today. And I want you to use the like button as a way that I can monitor to see, like, do you want a lot more of this? So smash that like button if you enjoy this content. So watch it first, but if you enjoy it, smash it after. Secondly, what we have, guys, is I just finished my last event for cohort number 3. Absolutely incredible. I want to explain to you, cohort 1, we had an 81% completion rate. Cohort 2, we had a 62%. This one, we're running on about a 75%. This is one of the best completion courses on the planet. A normal online course is maybe getting 20%, a really good one, 20% completion rate. We're smashing 60, 70, 80 on every single one of them. Join Sniper School. We're about to make something incredible, and we are very soon launching Sniper University. The way you do it is if you quickly have a look here. Below the video, you'll find Join Sniper School. Click on that link. It's going to send you an email. Once you get the email, it's going to give you 3 steps. Open an exchange link. It will give you the exchange links to use. Deposit $100 that you trade within the course and put in your user ID. It shows you all in that email, and come join me in class. We're starting the next one in 14 days. We pushed it out. Why? Because I'm adding more to the course. I'm adding more to the course. I'm making it even better. So come and join us. So guys, are we ready? Are we ready? Put in the comments. Ready? Where's it? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, we got someone saying best course ever. What's happening? Ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Good morning, DJs. What's happening? What's happening? Come on. Let's do this, guys. Okay. So first thing, let's jump in quickly on Bitcoin and let's have a look. So we're zooming in at the moment, and we're just basically looking at, we've had this huge move over the last few days in Bitcoin. And what we're starting to do now is we are at a critical stage. We're at the stage between $28,000 and $30,000. So we are at an important sort of level. So what we do is we start to zoom in, and we just start to see, what pattern are we forming? Last few days have been not pretty easy with Bitcoin, but it's been really nice that it follows the simple patterns where we go up, we form a flag, we break, we go up, we form a flag, we break. And now yet again on the 4-hour, we're forming a flag. And what you can start to see is, because we're getting to a point of huge news tonight and things like that, you can start to see a little bit of indecision where the market's getting quite boring, and it's getting to a point where it looks confused. And ultimately, it's not confused. We're prepping for the next move, right? We're prepping for the next move. End of the day, we have a support trend over here. And what that support can mean is we broke 25,000, and we've never really tested it after that properly. We haven't had a retest of that 25K. So what we're basically seeing is, are we going to test 25K first before we decide to go on higher levels, or are we going straight from here to higher levels? And ultimately, this little wedge over here is going to indicate that for us and just help us give a little bit of idea of momentum between bulls and bears. So why I have the bottom line is that's my bear line, to see that we hold this level. No, it's my bull line, sorry. Where the bulls are holding this momentum. If it breaks that line, it means the retest of 25 is now possible. Now, I'm no longer afraid, because on higher time frames, we finally broke the big wall. And that basically means if there is a possibility of us losing this line at any point, I can get buys. I can get even more buys right now on Bitcoin. Now, altcoins are slightly different, and I'll explain to you why. But basically, it means that I can still get the buys, because for now, Bitcoin is gone. It's a rocket ship. And then what we have is the second scenario, where we have the resistance, where Bitcoin on multiple times, it's hit the $28,400 level. And for me, that's the roof, that's the ceiling. And that's the line that we break there. Bulls are saying, screw these pullbacks, let's keep going. We haven't had this much fun in a long time. We have the momentum, let's keep riding. And if we break that line first, ultimately 30K, 33K now become the next sort of option. So we're just simplifying charting here for you by putting in 2 lines. There's a lower buying opportunity, or we're not getting a low buying opportunity. This is where it's all basically happening. Now, the quick things that I just want to scope on, because we do have the FOMC later, and we just want to see what this basically means for stock market, for futures, and things like that. So what we are sitting at yet again, and I spoke about this yesterday, is we did get a bounce, and where we bounced on the futures was a pretty good level. It was a good support, and it was basically around the 618 level from this previous rally that we had to the upside, and ultimately good zone. But where we're sitting at right now, what makes it interesting for today is we're sitting at a critical resistance level, a very important trend. And what it basically indicates is, are we going to have another leg down in the stock market? Are we going to have that? I'm pretty sure 50 basis points or something like that, maybe even a 25.
25 is what's predicted.
Predicted, but is it bullish or bearish? 25. Nothing burger. Okay, so what we're basically showing here is we have an option. Things go really well. Maybe we get a zero. If we get a zero, oh, things are about to get wild. We will have a big break in the stock market over here, and we will obviously have the Dixie collapse, which I'll speak about thing. But if we do have a small pullback here, and we do decide to pull back, I'm expecting a slow, gradual. End of the day, what question am I asking? I think if the stock market rejects here slowly, I still think we have a Bitcoin holding 25 and gradually breaking through these roofs and maybe making slowly to 30. If the trend breaks and we get a huge thing and the stock market decides to rip up over here, I think Bitcoin pops like we've never seen it before. I think it absolutely rallies insane. I think that's the question we're asking is how fast can this move? How quick can all this basically happen? So on here, keep this trend in mind today. And if things go, we break this and we close daily outside yesterday, like now we have a raging Bitcoin and a stock market looking ready to push. It just shows that what we're expecting. I still think Bitcoin hits 30K. It's about how quick this happens. If this comes down, I think Bitcoin slowly makes its way there. It ranges for a little while and it keeps doing sort of what it's doing right now. Where if you have a look quickly and we zoom in on Bitcoin, what is it doing? It's basically stepping up little bit by little bit. And why? It's because of where the stock market's at the moment. And it's because what's going on. But as you can see here, it's stepping up a little bit, stepping up a little bit. But if things change and we have the trend broken of the futures, then all of a sudden, for me, what happened here, we start this again. We start this craziness. So either way, I still think Bitcoin's incredibly strong. Now, the next big one that we also want to just quickly focus on before I jump into the major alpha of the show is the dollar. And looking at the dollar, yet giving us more consecutive day-by-day red candles. And ultimately, we are at that important level. But we had this long-term major trend. We had this big trend that was forming here for a while. And for me, that's a beautiful retest. And ultimately, what that should indicate is that we should go and test way lower levels within the dollar. This is crazy. Now we're looking at early 90s. So for me, where we rejected was great. But what we do want to see is if we have that stock market break, it's now giving us the indication that we can finally lose this low. It's a low where the dollar has bounced, twice previously before. But I speak about these gaps and where's the increase in price. And if we lose that level, the gap to that level accelerates really quickly. And you can see that that would be a huge move because this is something that already started the crazy move within the stock market and the altcoins to that time. And if we lose that, that's incredible. So we're at that point where this should lose that low. The way it's going, it should definitely happen. And yet again, we also have the 10-year yield about to retest and should reject. So far, like we're sort of painting this perfect picture, right? Yeah. But the big one and the last one before I jump into the altcoins is this one. Look how we're hugging this USDT dominance trend line. It's hugging. And if we lose this low over here, guys, we're about to see so much USDT exit into altcoins and into Bitcoin. It's crazy. It's another huge leg over here. And for me, us losing this, yes, it's Bitcoin, but this is a combination. It's a combination of the whole entire market. And that's a big one. So right now we're starting to close below that, which we haven't done in a long time. When was the last time we were below these sort of levels? Guys, you're looking at a long trend. This trend is basically happening from November 2000. Ooh, that's all-time high. That's the trend from all-time high all the way up. Are we finally going to break the trend from all-time high? That's crazy, right? Absolutely insane. So again, it's just showing that if things go our way and it goes the bullish way, like this is a big move. Like don't play around with it. It's a massive one when it comes to that. So we are zooming in on Bitcoin and we're getting that little bit of understanding. Let's quickly have a look at the alts. Look at that. Just holding. There's the guts. It's ready. Okay, let's jump in and let's quickly start looking at a few things. The first thing that I do want to speak about, let's quickly have a look at XRP because that was a great one. I know many people did get it, so well done if you got it. Like I said, I'm going to keep working on what comes next. But so far, so good. We saw it yesterday. We saw the first closes outside, and we saw an absolute incredible daily candle. And now we have XRP, which literally pumped. What was that pump? It was quite a big pump. I saw we got it early. Luckily, we got it before the major pump, but it ended up doing a 31% pump in one day. Yeah. Incredible. So for me, XRP is gone. There's no more entries on it. But for those who got it, a nice little stop loss at entry is fantastic. But for me, XRP is on its way and it's looking good. We'll probably find out some news. We'll probably find out some fundamentals that come behind it. Amazing. But the way this is looking, we haven't seen an engulfing candle on XRP for a while. And let me actually speak to you why XRP pumped to. So you can start to get a little bit of understanding of what you're looking for to find these alts and how it actually happens. And what it basically came down to is it came down to the Bitcoin pairing. So what it ended up doing was look at this candle that it formed to Bitcoin. Now, right now, you have Bitcoin sucking all the liquidity from all the altcoins in the entire market, right? But what we started to get here is look how it hits a very important level when it comes to the XRP to Bitcoin. Now, let me explain that for a second. We all sit here and we all focus really hard on dollars, right? We focus on USDT. We focus on these things. End of the day, it's a currency that's been depreciating for the last 40 years, right? It's something that's only been going down. Now, if you can start looking away from the dollar and you can actually start comparing it to a real asset, and what do we call a real asset? Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a real asset. And you can start to see that your altcoin's starting to break trend to Bitcoin. Now you're starting to get an early signal. Why? Because you still have dominance going to the upside, but now you have an altcoin that's showing strength to Bitcoin, yet all the power is within Bitcoin. So you're starting to get a very early sign. The early sign for you guys to get ahead to see what's really going to be the big movers is the coins that are breaking to Bitcoin when dominance is going up. If you find this early, and that's what I caught yesterday when it came to XRP. Let me show you this again. So what basically happened here was, firstly, look at the stochastic RSI on the weekly to Bitcoin and XRP. So I knew it was getting to an oversold position. It was getting to an area where the bears are exhausted for XRP to Bitcoin. And it was in the perfect area to fish. And then what I saw was this previous high over here, and I saw this low. And I'm like, if XRP bounces to Bitcoin here, and we have Bitcoin so strong to the rest of the market, we should see a really strong XRP push. Now, for the XRP army, yes, I haven't always been the most favorite with XRP. Look at the daily stock as well. Look at the stochastic on the daily. They never lie, guys. But the power, what I'm trying to teach you here is look how you remove the view of the dollars, and look how you only focus on Bitcoin, and look how much better you are at trading when you no longer focus. I'll actually show you quickly. I just did a sniper school session now. And I just want to show you this very quickly. So just before I do, I want to show you the power of something. So the power of it is very simple. If we go back to Ethereum, right, before the bull run, before the last bull cycle for Ethereum, and let me take you back to the areas. And I want to take you back to probably the area of around here. So let's go, around about this zone over here. So around about January 2021, just before we started the bull market, right? If you have a look over here, you would have bought it in Ethereum. I'm just going to use the one Ethereum as an example, where you would have bought one Ethereum at $1,400. And what that end would have resulted in is you basically would have held. Now, come on, guys, when something's compared to USDT, it's very hard to sell, right? Let's be honest. Because when the FOMO kicks in and all of a sudden your $1,400 becomes $4,000, you're all of a sudden like, this thing's going to 10. It basically starts to run this thing in your brain, and it gets really tough. But if you have a look, what's incredible about this is if you held that for the last 3 years, okay, 3 years ago, you held that for the last 3 years, you'll be $500 up right now. $500 up, because you probably wouldn't have sold, because you would have been in this head that my Ethereum is going to be at 10,000. Now that's focusing on the dollar pairing. So ultimately, if you held the whole way through the whole cycle, you're $500 up. Amazing. Cool. You know what I mean? You're good at what, 25, 30%, which is still better than banks, by the way. It is still better. But now I want to show you something slightly different. Is what you can start to do is you chose to trade USDT to Ethereum to USDT. So you chose to trade a token to a stable coin, okay? Which ultimately, you take your dollars, you buy the Ethereum, you hold. Fantastic. Now, the problem with that is getting in and out of the market. Because if you had to sell your Bitcoin at 4,000, you're basically in a dilemma, right? Because you're sitting and you're like, what happens if this goes to 10? And what happens if this? And you don't think, and it ends up creating this little bit of a mix. Now, the beautiful thing about crypto is if you can start trading coins to coins, you never have to exit the market. You only got to trade about which coin is stronger, which means you no longer focus on the dollar amount. Now, let me explain that to you for a second. And I'm using Atom as an example. Cosmos, right? And I'll show you this is what you'll learn a lot of in sniper school and things like that. And you'll find all the different pairs. But I just want to show you the different way of thinking, guys. It's so important. And what I'm going to show you over here is, let's go find my ETH pairing. Remember, I spoke to you guys about ETH a few weeks back. Now, I want to show you this quick. At the same area, guys, of fishing, same time that you entered the market where ETH was $1,400, I want to explain this to you and show you the different sort of thing. What crypto allows you to do is it does allow you to trade coins to coins. Okay, so what you're basically saying is you're going to have a few portfolios. Okay, and one portfolio will, let's say, be $4. The only time I have a dollar portfolio, which means I'm focused on the dollar, is if I need to spend money, right? So if I have like a business where I want to make salary or something like that from crypto, I'm worried about selling it to dollars because I need the dollars to go buy something, right? But then you've got other parts of your portfolio, and this is the one that makes you really rich in crypto, the one that accumulates crypto. You know, end of the day, I ask you the question again. You want $1 million? You want 100 Bitcoin? What would you like, you know, in the next 10 years? You want 100 Bitcoin, right? That's the key thing to be doing. So what you start to do with a big part of your portfolio is you start to erase the dollar from your memory. The dollar's not there anymore. And then you're going to stop ignoring the FUD. You're only going to worry about what is stronger right now. And I want to show you, if you started in the exact same area, the exact same time, January 2021, and you knew the power of building Ethereum, this is where it gets really incredible. What you could do is you can actually take Cosmos, which is Atom, and you could trade it to Ethereum. So there's no dollar at all. And what this chart basically means is when it's going up, it means Cosmos is performing better than Ethereum. That's all that it means. So it means that, yes, Ethereum went from $1,400 and it went to $4,000. But Atom, for example, went from $20 to $150. So Atom did more than what Ethereum did. And what that basically means is if I was holding Atom, even though I love Ethereum, that's what I want to build. But if I was holding Atom at a certain period of time, I actually made more Ethereum because it was outperforming. And if I have a look over here, in the exact same time, what I would have used is two simple little tools. I would have used the stochastic just to see where it was getting to an area where the bears are getting exhausted, right? And then I would have used a simple trend line. That's a two tool method. Okay, now I'll teach you many tools to use with it to get the exact entries, but here we go. Here, and we break a trend. And when we broke that trend, was my time for me to do what? Was to take my Ethereum and turn it into Atom. Okay, because it's showing that Atom's about to do better than Ethereum. And what that resulted in was 100% growth. When my stochastic got to the top, I also had a trend line in it and it broke. All I did was I turned my Atom back into Ethereum. And what that basically meant, guys, is my one Ethereum, I had 118% growth on that Ethereum. And now I'd be sitting with 2 Ethereum. And then when this is coming down, what does it mean? It means I just hold my Ethereum now. Atom's weak. It's not strong into Ethereum. Just hold your Ethereum. So you're not focused on the dollar. So you're just holding. Okay, amazing. And then what happens? RSI comes down. It gets to an oversold position. You have a trend line and the trend line breaks. And what does that mean? It means to take my Ethereum and turn it back into Atom. And what would have happened was after that, guys, simple method, right? After that, 154% growth. I'm not taking the tops. I'm taking where the RSI crosses over there. I would have had 154% growth. And all of a sudden, my 2 Ethereum would be 5 Ethereum. I'm like, okay, amazing. And what it basically meant, in 3 years, you would have done a total of 8 trades. So it's a very higher time frame method to be using with the gold. Guys, the one that you want to accumulate and build a lot of in the future. You want a lot of Ethereum, you want a lot of Bitcoin. So it's big parts. Fiat is garbage. We all sing it right now. All they do, I actually saw a video, which was funny this morning, where it's these 3 guys, and they're like, this is the banking system, where he's like, you owe me $10. So he gives him $10. And the other guy's like, no, but you owe me 20. And he gives him then. And he's like, no, but you owe me 20. And they're just like handing this money to each other like that. And that's exactly what the banking system is. But what it basically did, guys, is by doing this method, you don't have a single dollar understanding here at all. You wouldn't care that Bitcoin went from 69 to 20. All you focused on is what is stronger. Because if I'm in a coin that's stronger than it, it's making me that. And basically, if you did this over 8 simple methods, after that, you would have been sitting at 13 Ethereum, and then you'd be sitting at 36 Ethereum. Okay, now I want to show you the power again. One more time, guys. I want to show you here. I go back to Ethereum now, right? And I go back to where I started. I would be $500 up right now if I held the Ethereum all the way through. Now, if I did the simple method of not caring about the dollar value, I only focused on trading to Ethereum, and this can work for Bitcoin, for anything like that, I'll be sitting on $65,000 and I'll be sitting on 36 Ethereum in the exact same time. No more focusing on the dollar, on the higher parts of your portfolio. Focus on crypto. Michael Saylor, you're going to finally understand why these guys are legends in the game. Because they want Bitcoin. Huh? Oh, yeah. One more thing. Let's actually show you another incredible chart. Look at this. Okay. just to get you a good understanding. Okay. So what this basically means is USDT to Bitcoin. Okay. And it's basically showing you what's stronger. What's it? The buying power. The buying power, right? Of the dollar. So when the dollar's going up, it's showing the dollar's better than Bitcoin, right? And when it's going down, it's showing the strength of Bitcoin. Now, I want to remind you why you're here. I want to remind you why you're in crypto, okay? Because we believe that Bitcoin is only going to go up and give you strength again compared to this, not this stupid USDT. Let me show you. So when this is going down, it means Bitcoin's stronger. Okay, so this is what Bitcoin's done over the last few years. Okay, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Okay, pretty cool, eh? Okay. 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 What currency do you want? You want USDT? Or you want Bitcoin? So why are you focused on trading your coin to USDT? Why are you worried about trading these sort of things? What is it that you truly want? Why do we care what the price of Bitcoin is? We should care about how much Bitcoin we want, right? So guys, I just wanted to bring you this education again to remind you. So what we're doing now is what we're basically starting to do is we're starting to incorporate this to be like, okay, let's understand where the market's at. Bitcoin's just come from 16,000 and it's just gone to 20 something thousand, which means love is going to Bitcoin. And now we jump to the dominance and we could see it, right? So we can see, okay, it's all flowing there, fantastic. Which means what? It means if you held Bitcoin over the last few days, you would be making altcoins. Your Bitcoin's stronger than altcoin right now, fantastic. But now we're getting to a point where dominance is getting to resistance. And what it's basically meaning is it's meaning that we're getting to a point where the market's about to expand. And what that means is altcoins now get involved. So by you catching altcoins that are breaking major trends against Bitcoin right now is an opportunity to make Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's the beautiful thing about having altcoins. Yes, altcoins are fun, but altcoins are there. Let me explain it to you. When a market's going down in a bear market, you want to be in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Screw USDT. Why? Because Bitcoin holds better than what Solana does. It holds better than what Cardano does. It holds so much better. But so without you knowing, by you holding Bitcoin, you're actually making more Cardano. You're actually making more of the altcoin that you want. Okay. And then what you have is a bull market. Now, bull market when the market's rallying and raging to the upside. Okay. But the difference there now is the altcoins are performing way better. So in a bull market is actually your opportunity to make more Bitcoin and Ethereum. So bear market, you make more altcoins. Bull market, you make Bitcoin and Ethereum because you jump into altcoins that perform better than Bitcoin. And ultimately, you're selling back into Bitcoin because people are always wondering because it's going to come again, guys. If Bitcoin goes from here and it goes to 50,000 or breaks the all-time high, where does it go to next? How about you just look to the BTC period to be like, either my altcoin or my Bitcoin stronger. I don't care where Bitcoin goes. Like for the first time, you don't play that guessing game and you don't fight with yourself. So it's just a little thing to help you guys with that to understand why we're doing this. Very, very, very important. Now, let's jump in. The next one that we spoke about yesterday as well. Did you enjoy that, guys? Like the video if you enjoyed this content. This is what I love doing. It's exactly what I love doing. So yesterday, what we caught as well was Cardano. So Cardano, we got it beautifully. Cardano's coming to life. Now, what we're starting to see, get it to 2,000 likes. Get it to 2,500 likes while I'm live on this. You want more of this? I will give you this. Hit that like button so that I know. Okay, so what we're starting to get is yesterday we started to get another big move from Cardano. Cardano also woke up. Chainlink looking to wake up. So what we're starting to see now is we're starting to see a popcorn effect where some altcoins are showing strength to Bitcoin, where previously we weren't. Last week it was only Bitcoin, only Bitcoin, only Bitcoin, which means we're getting there, guys. We're getting to that very important phase. Look at this. That was a pretty nice red candle. And if I show you over here on the smaller time frame, it's actually showing that there's a little bit of loss in momentum from dominance. So we're fishing in the right areas of where we're looking at. So for me, Cardano and that. But let's quickly jump in and let's go look at what's strong to Bitcoin. Let's see some pairing on Bitcoin and let's start having a look. So yesterday, why did we have a nice Cardano pump? Look at this. We had a break. And we look at Cardano on the higher time frames. Look where it's at to Bitcoin. Now, I explained to you guys, and I showed you the Cosmos to ETH, right? And I showed you these sort of things. Look what just happened over here. Firstly, we have the RSIs at the bottom, and we're just starting to form our first weekly candle. If this trend breaks in the next week or two for Cardano, look at how much Bitcoin, outperformance of Bitcoin to the first area over here is 60%, 80%, and we do have a possibility of up to 100%, which is showing how much Cardano can outperform. Now, look how long. This is why I said you want to hold Bitcoin in a bear market, because look how terribly it does to Bitcoin. If you held Bitcoin up here, you would have made a lot more. You would have made about 5 times more of your Cardano. So end of the day, you still love Cardano. You still love XRP, but you knew that this currency is better right now. And by me holding this currency, it's going to make me more of my token. So it's just about being smart. You're still building your token. You're not removing that. So where we're at now is Cardano hit this high over here. It hit the 618. And for me, there's a point where this little push from Cardano right now is nothing. When it gets through this trend line, I think it's a beautiful support right now to be buying Cardano versus Bitcoin. And when we break this trend line over here is when we start to see a really strong push against Bitcoin. I'm going to go through these quickly, and then we'll go through, look at XRP. Great push yesterday, but the true push hasn't come just yet. It bounced in the exact area that we wanted it to, but what it's showing is if this dominance reverses, in the next week, we can have an XRP Bitcoin breakout. And when that one happens, now all of a sudden you don't care about the dollar anymore. You focus that, holy shit, we could be getting a 30 to a 40K Bitcoin. But what happens if I'm in a coin that can outperform Bitcoin? While it's doing that, it can outperform Bitcoin by 151%, because that's the next area for XRP. So what you're doing is you've bought your XRP right now. Amazing. But what you also want to focus on is the Bitcoin pairing. If we break this trend over here, you're about to make Bitcoin. And when it comes to the day to sell that XRP, are you going back into the dollar? If you need to pay for something, great. Go into Bitcoin and go make yourself 150% more Bitcoin. Build Bitcoin. Build ETH. For the first time, I actually had a conversation out. Imagine it finally happens. Imagine it finally happens with the banks cracking now and Bitcoin finally does what it was built to do, where it just goes. When the whole world's falling, it just does what we always thought Bitcoin and wanted Bitcoin to be doing. The next one, guys, which is a big one, it's the one that I'm focusing now. Look at this. On the verge of a breakout is Solana to Bitcoin. On the weekly right now, RSI is reset, and to its next test, it's showing 100%. Focus on Solana. So what I'm doing for you is you're still going to trade to USDT if you want to. I'm just highlighting the tokens that are strong to Bitcoin. And if it's strong to Bitcoin and Bitcoin's in an up market right now and the dominance is in the upside, you're in the right perfect area. So Solana, focus on Solana. You can see over here, it's very near a breakout. And if that dominance turns at any point now, we're going to have an absolute Solana explosion. We can see it. We can see it very clearly. If Bitcoin decides to go to 33 first, amazing. This will trend a little bit longer. But you're finding the coin that's breaking trend now. You're starting to understand it. Amazing. The next one, and it's L1s. I'm seeing L1s. The other ones are not breaking yet. AVAX, right on trend right now. Things go phenomenal today. Dominance turns. AVAX absolutely ripped. You got an 84%. You got a 200% over Bitcoin growth. Near protocol. Look at this. Whew. Crazy. ALGO. So what happened to ALGO? ALGO yesterday, we finally got a beautiful little pulse. This is weekly, very high time frame. We finally got an ALGO little bounce to Bitcoin. And what did that create to USDT? Do you see by not focusing on USDT, how automatically it makes you dollars? That's the beautiful part. Because if I look over here, just a little bit of love from Bitcoin, a little bit of love. And you give us the dollars, baby. So ALGO, again, I've been speaking about ALGO, and for dollar costing for spot entries, fantastic. It's finally showing strength to Bitcoin. And when it happens, we have a huge test of up to 177% growth. The other one, again, Thorchain, outside of trend. Retest now, and it's coming to the perfect scenario where we've been here many times before. Focus on RUNE. You want to build some Bitcoin, start dollar costing a little bit into RUNE. Amazing. Chainlink. Look at that. It's a long trend, guys. This is a trend. So look here. A coin that does this in a bull market, this meant if you are holding Chainlink, okay, you're a Bitcoin guy, amazing. But if you are holding Chainlink in this area over here, you would have made yourself 300% more Bitcoin. Incredible, incredible. And where are we at now? Now we're at getting to the end of the tails, right here by this area over here. We want to know why the whales, Craig, if I ask you the question, why the whales are accumulating Bitcoin, Chainlink right now? Why are we getting all these wallets creating right now? Look at it to Bitcoin. Look at it. It has Bitcoin's love. It looks fantastic. So Chainlink is another one. So I'm speaking to you guys about the characters now. You're speaking about many of these tokens. For me, it's definitely showing the L1 strength right now. So what we need to see today is we're having the news tonight, okay? And you have Bitcoin in this wedge. it loses 27, 25 retest. Now, what that basically, if that happens, dominance collapses, it loses trend for me. And it basically means the temporary high for Bitcoin is nearly in, and we can have an alt run. Okay, the only thing that's going to change my analogy that the alt run starts this week, okay, is if it goes really good tonight and Bitcoin decides to go to like 35K. Then it means we just got to wait for another week or two for the true altcoin. Altcoins will still explode, but the dominance of Bitcoin will still be going up. Okay, so you have the two major levels. You have the high of the 28,300 and you got 27,000. If we lose that, I see its strength. I see its strength for altcoin dip. Buy that altcoin dip. Get the levels of what you want. L1s look incredible. Go take the tokens that you want to go buy and go be honest with yourself. Go chart them to Bitcoin. Should I be buying this token right now? Is it strong to Bitcoin? If it's not strong to Bitcoin, you're not buying it. Rather hold Bitcoin. Very simple. Okay? And that's the two major scenarios. Guys, smash that like button. I think Solana's the next one. I think AVAX the next one. ALGO is about to rip. Have a fantastic day. Let's see where it goes tomorrow. I'll jump back to USDT. I'll go back to that and I'll get us the trades and I'll get us the entries. Go look at your coin to Bitcoin and start making a decision because we're about to get a strong rip of altcoin that can happen tonight. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen in the next 3 days. Start making the smart decisions. Stop caring about the USDT and start accumulating yourself Bitcoin and Ethereum and make wife changing money, make husband changing money, make whatever money you want. Have a fantastic day and I'll see you on tomorrow's show. Much love, fam. Much love.